Hi guys, this is Sabine from Zennumerostar.com. Today is a little different from the other videos because Bob Proctor, one of my mentors, passed away this week, and I wanted to tell you what he has taught me and also what took me time to understand so that you don't waste any of your time. Well, I first bought seminars or webinars through Bob Proctor, and then also a lot of his services, and then Proctor and Gallagher as well, lots of their services. But mostly the webinars are what I enjoyed the most. So let's dive into it right away. I remember him saying that limitations come from what our eyes can see and interpret because we've been programmed to believe in certain things, but what we believe in might not even be in front of us. It might not even be there. And I remember him holding a book and asking someone from the audience what they could see on the book, and from where they were standing, obviously they had access to either the back cover or the front page or the front cover, and so their perspective was different. So that approach I thought was very clever, and I learned a lot from it. He was also huge in repetition. He said that repetition was needed to change our paradigms, meaning our new habits and our new beliefs. But there was something that I missed at the time, and so I would repeat my new sportive beliefs like a parrot, and nothing would change, obviously. Until I got to another webinar of his, and I realized that he was talking about our thermostat. So that's something else that I learned and I understood. So a thermostat is when you believe in something so deeply that your thermostat is set on a certain set of beliefs. And you trying to change them will fail and will always return to its original settings of your thermostat until you change your beliefs, but before believing in the newness of them. The change has to go through repetition, but there is a big part of self-awareness or self-image, because the answer is never outside, it's always within us. So when we understand that we've been programmed to believe in certain things, we can choose to believe in something different. In one of the webinars I bought, he asked us to use our unused hand and write something with that hand. It was hard at first because it was a new habit, or better said, no, it was a habit we were asked to break in order to form another habit. So you see what I mean? It's super interesting. Instead of repeating your new belief, you have to break what's already in there in order to get something new coming in. So basically, I remember thinking, I was doing it all wrong before because I kept feeling exhausted because I was trying to repeat like a parrot my new beliefs, but I hadn't broken my former original settings in the beliefs that I had been programmed to believe in. I then understood that I had to change my perspective first of things I believed were true, but maybe were only true to my caretakers. So that was a huge chunk of my journey. More than anybody else, he taught me about the mind. And to be more precise, about images in the mind and their replica in our reality. But then again, I couldn't sustain in my feelings the truth of what I wanted. And so I had to learn that by myself. That's what we call self-concept in the manifesting community. But he taught me something important in that respect as well. I thought that I was already very good at setting objectives for myself, but he stretched my mind in that respect. Instead of using the Ikigai method I had learned at corporate, when I was working in a corporate jobs, I decided to give his method a go. That is, to set an objective and learn all I could from real experts, without thinking of why I couldn't achieve what I wanted, but just enjoying, listen to that, the fantasy. He called it the attitude, a winning attitude, meaning looking at the positive in what I wanted and within myself to get what I wanted, instead of looking what was. And in the mix, I was a bit confused because I really thought that I had to improve myself. And I thought that's why he was talking about, the attitude. And so to improve our attitude and to improve our self-respect and so on. My mistake, therefore, was to believe that I had to improve myself, to better myself, so that I could attract what I wanted. And that's when I was a bit, I gave up, I believe, in the law of attraction, because I didn't understand the subtlety of what he was saying. But he went further than that. You see, something I hadn't understood and took me years, to be honest, to understand what he was saying, that was very, very powerful and very deep, is that we don't need to change who we are. We need to change the perception of who we think we are, then the perception of what we want, and of who we think we are in relation to what we want. So did you get that? That's super important. It's very powerful and very deep. So what he meant was not that we have to, or I had to better myself or improve myself, but improve the perception I had of myself in order to get what I wanted. And that is something that I'm trying to teach, because I don't want any of my subscribers or viewers or clients to feel that they cannot get what they want unless they improve who they are first, because that's simply not true. You only need to change the perception you hold of you, the perception again of what you want, and you in relation to what you want. So all I'm trying to do now, I've been doing that for over a year now, I think, is to try and demystify all of those concepts so that you can progress quicker than I did. So in a nutshell, this is what the late Bob Proctor taught me. He was the main pillar in my journey, the one I listened to the most back in that time, and the one man without whom I wouldn't have been on that journey to start with. I am very grateful for his teachings, and I believe that he's made our life a journey worth exploring. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave me a thumbs up. I always appreciate your kind gesture, and leave a comment if you will as well. I love all your comments, and as always, as you know, I do believe in you. I know you can do it, and on that happy note, happy manifesting.